Now taking you to New York City, where Mayor Eric Adams could find out the fate of his corruption trial in just a few hours from now. So a judge is set to hear arguments about whether or not the charges should be dismissed, following the Justice Department's request late last week. That move sparking lawsuits from several states, alleging the DOJ only agreed to push for dismissal after Adams agreed to help enforce federal immigration laws in his city. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves has the latest for us this morning. Alicia, do we have any idea which way the judge is leaning on this one?
Yeah, good morning, Markie. We do know this morning that it's very unlikely the judge is just going to rubber stamp, if you will, this dismissal and move it forward. We understand Judge Dale Ho, of course, actually wants to hear more from the mayor's attorney and the Department of Justice, and that was clear in the two-page order that he handed down, not only calling to hear more from the mayor's attorneys and the DOJ, but also the judge outlining in that order the legal precedent showing that he must be satisfied that the reasons advanced for the proposed dismissal are substantial before granting it. Judge Ho citing an appellate court opinion that the reason cannot be, quote, clearly contrary to manifest public interest, so not in the public's interest. The judge's remarks, though, of course, coming as concerns just continue to brew over whether the corruption and bribery charges against Mayor Adams are being dropped by the DOJ, as you mentioned, in exchange for Adams complying with the Trump administration's immigration policy. So we know, based on the testimony today in court, the judge has three options today. Judge Ho can either sign off and dismiss the charges. He can decide the dismissal is actually inappropriate and the charges should stand. And in that case, we could even see him appoint a special prosecutor. And the third option that he has is that he could say that he wants an inquiry or an investigation into how all of this unfolds. We also know that something the judge is considering is actually a brief that was filed by U.S. attorneys generals, former ones in New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Those attorneys generals outright citing their concerns for a potential quid pro quo between the White House and the mayor's office here in New York, and saying they want a special investigation, that special inquiry that we mentioned a moment ago. Of course, we don't know what the judge will ultimately do until the hearing this afternoon is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. Eastern time here, Markie.
Okay, we'll be watching closely this afternoon. And also, Alicia, the mayor's fate is not only in the hands of the judge today, but also the New York governor's hands as well.
Yeah, good point there, Markie. I mean, given this intense scrutiny nationally right now on New York City and the potential quid pro quo between the mayor's office and the White House, there's been a lot of protests here in this city. There's even been some resignations in the mayor's office. Even the initial prosecutor who was going to dismiss this case, or was instructed to dismiss this case, actually resigned. And so the governor, Kathy Hochul, has been under this intense scrutiny and pressure to potentially remove the mayor from office. According to our New York affiliate here, WPIX, sources say the governor wouldn't make a decision until later today after the hearing, and that she is considering both Mayor Adams' legal situation and whether he has actually lost the trust of the people in this city.
The only reason that the governor has to make a decision to do something or not do something that has not been done in 235 years is because there was a double standard used on Eric Adams' case.
So you heard there from Reverend Al Sharpton that this hasn't been done in 235 years, potentially something that could be done here now. If the mayor is in fact under the thumb of the White House or the Trump administration, as many are concerned with, this is just another way we see that that might be short-lived, whether it's through the legal proceedings or through action by Governor Hochul's office. We do have to say, though, the mayor has been really strong in contending that he is innocent, not only of these bribery charges, but also innocent of any impropriety or quid pro quo, Markie.
Right. Alicia Nieves live from New York City.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.